Well, Molly, I hear that Alexis is going to have a different kind of a pain this season. She kind of had some trauma going to the captain's funeral and worried about Dad. What can we expect in the new season?
Well, she has a serious boyfriend. She's applying for Stanford. And then my dad throws himself in front of a woman that's about to get shot, endangering his life, which in turn endangers mine and my grandmother's. I mean, how would you feel, right? So, also, she's going to be voicing a lot of her opinions this year and kind of how she feels about her dad. At first it was okay because he was just kind of playing around and he was doing it for the book, and now it's like he's actually enjoying chasing down killers and he's getting involved beyond like a superficial level with this woman. So, Alexis, I don't know if she's too happy about that, to be honest.
We've all heard about the terrible teens.
I'm the adult on this set.
It's very tough being a dad to a teenage girl in today's world.
Is that true, Dad?
Specifically Molly's dad. There's only really one person who can truly understand what I'm going through, and that would be Molly's dad. Please stand up, sir. I know. Try so hard.
Nathan, sir, I'm going to test your memory if I could. Last season, your character went through a list of possible underwear that Beckett would wear. And you were asking her, I think, by the pool, what she was wearing. Can you remember some of the possible underwear that you threw at her?
Okay, well, let me just rattle off some of the ones I know. Panties.
Yeah, granny panties, actually.
Dude. That would have been a great punchline.
You're doing well.
List, but just hold tight. Granny panties. Tidy whities. Underoos. Tops to bottoms. Remember those ones with the footies?
You remember that episode when you were asking her that on camera? What kind of panties?
Right. Okay, yeah, totally.
My mother was watching the episode, and you asked Beckett, and she went commando. And my mother said, that's like a new G-string or something? And explain to her what it was. She loved you for it, though.
Your mom loves me. Goes to John.
Here's a trivia question for everyone but Nathan, because he said the line. Do you remember the name of the morning breakfast treat the cast prepared this past season?
Morning breakfast treat that Castle prepared this season.
You made me eat ice cream, but that was because I was in trouble.
Some cherries.
Oh, the s'more! The omelet s'more!
Yes! The s'morelet!
The s'morelet.
You watch the show, don't you?
I do watch the show.
I ate some of that. For the show, I was eating that, and I gotta say...
No.
What do you think? Tastes it's good.
I'm not sure where your taste buds are located. That wasn't very good.
It was good.
Mr. Andrew Marlowe also told me that this season's going to see the return of the 3XK storyline. And Seamus, what's the last we saw of your character's badge and gun? Fill us in on what was going on.
I believe I was passed out on the floor of a hotel room, so I believe Nathan, or Castle, was the last person to see my badge and gun. It's sort of a big deal. We talked about it on the day, and I was like, this is sort of a big deal. His badge is getting stolen, his gun is getting stolen, and his cell phone, which has all of his call list in there, and that's very important. I'm just kidding. And who is he calling? Jenny, that's it. And really, so it's sort of a big deal that seed was planted. And David Amon and I were talking, he was the writer, he's one of our executive producers. He wrote 3XK, he's going to be writing another one coming up. I was like, this is a big deal. This is a nice little seed that's been planted for the future. So I think we're going to see a crime being committed and Ryan's gun being used in that crime, and sort of leads into this whole big thing for Kevin Ryan to try to get some redemption. And, you know, think of the tremendous guilt, because I think it's sort of an innocent person that gets killed as a result of that. And I think I was allowed to say that, I think. Yes, so that's we're going to see the return of that storyline and sort of this nemesis for Castle and everything, so, yeah.
Very special episode, a very emotional episode.
A very emotional
for your character.
episode on Castle.
Nathan, I talk about working with Victor Webster, who plays Josh. Is there kind of a good-natured rivalry behind the scenes with you guys?
Okay, he's a giant. All right, I can tell you this right now. I don't look up to a lot of people. That guy is probably a full head taller than me.
And yet I beat him up.
Sorry?
And yet I beat him up.
Dude, all I get is mumbling.
Oh, I said I beat him up?
Oh, you beat him up?
Yeah. Right, remember that?
I'm sure he was acting. When we're acting together, when he's standing next to me, I always just crouch just a little bit, just to emphasize the difference between this mammoth man and myself. And he's not a small guy, not a weak man. You were right there in the hospital.
Handling him.
I'm gonna tell you something. He put his hands on me, and I won't soon forget it. You know, in high school, when you come on, and you shove a guy in the chest, it rocked my brain in my head. I didn't know what time it was. I couldn't remember my name. Thank you. And I'm gonna spoil this a little bit. John got between us, and John, can we act this bit out? Can you be Victor, and I'll be you? Right? You know when you come between two guys in a fight? Right? Okay.
I want to be Victor. John's got his own unique technique for getting in between the guy in a fight. What?
That's how we all feel around Victor.
We also had Lyle Lovett play with you this season. What's that guy like?
We had what?
Lyle Lovett. He was in the X-Files episode.
What a pleasant man. He's so nice to everybody. He's so nice. He's like, yeah, we should hang out next time you're around. Just, you know, and he's passing out his email and making sure he stays in touch and remembers everybody's name. I'm going, you want to hang out with me?
So in that episode, you whistled the X-Files theme. Is that something?
If you look closely in that episode, you will find a giant or small X in nearly every scene. One of those things to go look for, isn't it?
I think a lot of people, I don't know if you know this, it's funny, we hang around each other, we've all known each other for like, 4 years, and we hang out all day with a crew that has known each other for about 15 years because they all worked on X-Files together. So for them, like our director of photography, Bill Rowe, like they were doing subtle little nods to what they used to do all the time, you know, working on X-Files. And so there were some of the same things, and Bill had some interesting things planned with the X's and everything. So yeah, it's really cool that I think for us it was going back to, or for them it was going back to the stuff that they used to do.
All right, we're going to throw to your questions soon. I want to ask Cass one question, though. I'm hearing that this season we may get to see Castle's dad.
Yes.
So I want to go down the row and ask each of you who you think might be a good actor choice to play Castle.
I like Ken Howard, who's the White Shadow. I think he's one of the only actors taller than Nathan. And I think he would be a good dad.
I would love to see Christopher Walken.
Related to Ken Howard, Dwight Howard, who I met last night, and is very interested in coming on the show.
He's a basketball player, you guys.
That could work. I can see that work. Or maybe Victor Webster, and that explains a lot of the tension.
You know, I have to say, say, you know, I was talking with Susan, and she had a really interesting twist. She said, "What if I turn out to be Castle's dad?" So I'm like, sure, girl, go for it. So, we'll see. I like the Christopher Walken idea too, though.
I got another one. Yeah, you like that.
My choices are a little more obscure, and I'm going to say somehow self-serving. As you know, I'm trying to push for my own superhero. I've been kind of bucking for the greatest American hero. What if my dad was William Catt? We both have blue eyes, fair of hair.
He has blonde, curly hair.
And ruggedly handsome.
And ruggedly I'm throwing my hat in for Mr. William Catt.
Nice.
Good idea. All right, guys. I'm going to give all the cast some magazines. So come up and start thinking of questions for the different cast members. Because if you ask a question to John, he'll give you one. If you ask a question to Tamala, she'll give you one. So it's up to you guys now.
This is more for Nathan. Like Joss Whedon.
Where are you? Who are you?
Right here.
Gotcha, thank you.
Like Joss Whedon, are you going to try to have any of the Firefly cast make any cameos or guest stars?
I'm always bucking for it. I'm always trying. Here's where it gets complicated and weird. I want something juicy and amazing that not only would entice actors of their caliber to come and do the show, but be meaty enough and hanging out with Castle enough so that I actually get to work with them. So the choice rules don't come along all the time, certainly not every episode. And when sometimes they do come, sometimes we have had a little kiss, touch and go, and it was very, very close to it just might have happened. Soon. Now, would you like this autographed TV guide, autographed by the cast, or this Green Lantern projection ring?
Can I have the ring?
You.
This one is for Nathan and the cast. I know, Nathan, you are a superhero, but you all have your own personal lives, and I was wondering what parts of your personality leak into your characters on the show, and if any parts of the characters on your show actually leak back into your own actual personality.
Good question. I punch my jokes the same way, I think, in real life.
Okay, yeah. I think,
Castle's kicks are the same as mine. That's kind of, yeah, I think so, sort of, right? It's kind of how I am.
Oh, is he asking us if he's funny in real life?
Just give you a ring.
You're so funny. You know, actually, I think a lot of Alexis's true personality is coming out this year. She gets a lot more feisty, which is more about me. I like Alexis, yeah.
I think you have to remember that Stanford is not in New York, though, so...
You're not real family, you know. I've got real family. My real family's right over there.